There are so many places to visit and explore on Coral Island, and learning your way around can be overwhelming at times. So today, I will get you oriented around the map before you embark on your adventures in 1.0. Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sarah Sunstone, and today I will be giving you a tour of Coral Island. The map is huge and there are so many places to go, so without any further ado, let's just get right into it. First up, let's take a look at our map, which you can access at any time in-game. The map is broken down into 8 different areas, with your farm existing right here on the southwestern part of the island. You can identify where NPCs are on the map throughout the day once you've met them for the first time. You can also browse the businesses to see whether or not they're open and check shop hours to plan ahead, because most businesses have at least one day of the week that they're closed. So keep this in mind. You can also check the shop hours on the signs found outside of each business if you happen to be passing by. Before we go into discussing specific locations, it's important to note that the stock available at most shops is dependent on your town rank. So the higher your rank, the more variety each store will carry. Also, you can sell goods at most shops in person as long as what you're selling matches the stock at said location. So for example, you can sell shells, fish, and bugs at the beach shack, or at the blacksmith's, forageables at Sam's general store, so on and so forth. This is a great way to make a quick buck when you don't want to wait until the next day for the contents of your shipping bin to be picked up, or if your shipping bin is already full. So with all that being said, let's first go over all of the shops, services, and residences found in the community center and Starlet Town, accessible most directly via the eastern exit of your farm. The museum is found here, where Scott and Eleanor work. This is where you visit to donate any bugs, fish, ocean critters, crystals, artifacts, and fossils that you discover around the island. It is important to do so, as you will not only get rewards in exchange, but donating will also boost your town rank, which, as I previously stated, will unlock new items at most of the other businesses that we will discuss today. The museum first opens on day 3 after moving to the island, and you will ultimately be able to upgrade it. On the left of the museum is the recycling center, which doesn't yet serve a purpose, but on the right of the museum, we have the community center. This building is divided into 5 interior segments: the yoga studio, where Leah teaches classes, the mayor's office, the town hall, where town meetings are held, the library, and the animal shelter. There is also a central area where NPCs like Theo, Ben, and Jack frequently meet. Currently, there is no utility for the first 2 rooms other than to unlock character events and cutscenes. However, you can visit the merit exchange counter in the town hall to trade your merit points, which you will earn from completing a variety of tasks around the island in exchange for rewards. The library, where Millie works, will ultimately be a location where you can collect and read through books. If you would like a more in-depth discussion on this topic, check out my recent video sharing 5 Coral Island mysteries linked in the description of this video, which also shares more about the recycling center. It's definitely worth a watch if you're curious. Of course, the animal shelter, where Mark volunteers, is where you will go to adopt a pet, which you can do once you have achieved town rank E. You can purchase a pet house and pet bed here and adopt one of the 20 different pets. As an aside, you can also pop out to the green space if you'd like to just hang out with the animals. There's also a bulletin board just out front of the community center, which will tell you what festival is coming up next. As you head further east, past the community center, you will enter Starlet Town. Up first, you will stumble upon Sam's general store, where Sam also lives with his wife Emily. Here you can buy seasonal seeds, including crops, seedlings, and saplings, all unlocking at different town ranks. You can also buy fertilizers to boost quality in your production, grass starters to plant as animal feed and decorate with because grass is pretty. Cooking ingredients are also available, like flour and sugar, and baked goods like bread and cookies. This is also where you will go to upgrade your bag with 3 available upgrades. Right outside of Sam's general store is another town bulletin board, but on this one you can check the town calendar for upcoming birthdays and festivals and find posted town errands to be completed for your fellow islanders. Heading north from Sam's general store is the lab run by Ling, where Surya also works. Here you can purchase the materials needed to make kelp essences, which will be incredibly important for your gameplay gameplay. However, I recommend saving your money and collecting the materials for yourself. There are also so many game-changing features available at the lab. The first offers the ability to upgrade your produce quality permanently for crops, fruit plants, fruit trees, and animal feed. The second is to process fossil nodes found around the island to uncover dinosaur bones that can be donated to the museum. The final purpose, which first becomes available in the summer of your first year, is to develop equipment to help automate your farm and assist your activities around the island. So needless to say, there is a lot of important stuff to do at the lab. Neighboring the lab is Socket and Pan, owned and operated by Luke. Once you've upgraded your house to have a kitchen, this is where you will come to purchase the various utensils required for cooking. There are weekly sales available, and apparently Dippa sells their paintings here. Now, whether or not we'll ever be able to actually purchase those for ourselves remains a mystery. Sharing the same building right next door to Socket and Pan is the furniture store, owned by Joko and Dinda and operated by their family members. This is where you will purchase most of your indoor and outdoor furniture, with more styles unlocking as you increase your town rank. It is also worth noting that floor items are available at a discount. Above these two shops is a space that is for lease, which I believe will ultimately be a ramen shop, but we'll just have to stay tuned to find out. South from here, you can find another building housing 2 more shops. In early game, the first spot on the left will actually be for lease. However, as you progress in the game, the original clothing stand found in this corner here will ultimately upgrade to a brick and mortar location. The White Flamingo clothing store is owned by Antonio. Here you can purchase a variety of outfits, tops, bottoms, footwear, glasses, hats, and back accessories. Again, you will unlock more styles as you increase your town rank, so be sure to check back frequently. Next door to White Flamingo is the hair salon, where Emily and Erica work as hairdressers. But you can get more than a new hairstyle here. You can actually change anything about your appearance, including your facial features, facial hair, body shape, hairstyle, and color, for a fee of 500 coins. There's no cooldown on this, so you can change it as much as you'd like, as long as you have the money available. Just kitty corner from the hair salon is the clinic, where Yuri and Charles work as doctors. Here you can purchase various medicines and vitamins to help boost your health and stamina. This is also where you will wake up if you happen to pass out at the end of the day. Continuing in our clockwise motion, you will then find yourself at the Fish and Sips, or the local tavern, which is owned by Betty and run by 2 of her sons, Frank and Noah. This is also where Betty lives with Noah and Aaliyah. The Fish and Sips is open nice and late, so when other businesses are closed, this is a great spot to visit if you'd like to run into some of the islanders. You can also purchase a variety of food and beverages from the counter, most year-round, some dishes seasonally. Ultimately, there are plans for minigames to be available to play here as well, such as pool and darts. Right outside of the Fish and Sips, you can find Raj's Coffee Corner, an outdoor coffee stand owned by none other than Raj themselves. They sell a selection of seasonal and rank-dependent goods, including warm beverages, baked goods, and even coffee beans to make your own brew at home. Unfortunately, shortly after you move to Coral Island, Pufferfish Drilling Corporation will also open up in Starlet Town right here on the map. Karen is the representative of this branch of Pufferfish, and Raina is employed at the front desk. While this location primarily serves the story and nothing more, ultimately there will be a mini golf course here that will be a playable minigame. To wrap up these Starlet Town locations, let's briefly cover the residences of NPCs who live within the hustle and bustle of the town center. First, we have Jim's house, where Jim, Lily, and Theo live, right next to Pufferfish. How awful. Then we have the mansion, where Ling, Randy, and Leah live. Just south from here is Charles's house, where Scott rents a room, and then also Zara's boat, where she lives full-time. Although there are no practical reasons to frequent the residential locations, you can experience various character events upon entering their homes once you've met the conditions required to unlock them. And if you snoop around a little, who knows what little secrets you might find. Next, let's head south to explore Garden Lane and the beach of Coral Island. These areas are accessible most directly either via the eastern or southern exits of your farm. There are actually 2 businesses found on this portion of the island. First up is the Coral Inn, found just next to the southern exit of your farm, owned and operated by Alice and Suki. Although there aren't any core gameplay reasons to visit the inn, Valentina Luna, Eva, Macy, and Raj live here, along with some shopkeeper NPCs, so it's a great place to run into some of the islanders and those who visit Coral Island. In the future, once the tourist system is implemented, this location might have more functionality, but only time will tell. The second beachfront business is the Beach Shack, run by Jim and Sunny, who lives upstairs with his wife Eleanor and son Oliver. Although this is a nice location to grab a quick seafood bite, the cash register actually also offers important tools and supplies for fishing and critter catching. This is where you will go for upgraded versions of your fishing pole and bug net, along with fish bait and consumables to help lower the awareness of critters you are trying to catch. There are also a number of residences on this portion of the map. In the Garden Lane area, we have Millie's house, where Yuri rents a room, along with Frank and Erica's house, where their cats Peanut and Butter also live. On the eastern portion of the beach, you can find the abandoned villa, which is Nina's vacation home where she visits in the summers. And on the opposite western side of the beach at the lookout, we have the lighthouse. This is where Wataru lives and where Waku stays on occasion to spend time with his dad. Finally, you will also need to visit the pier found here if you would like to go diving to collect kelp, heal the ocean, and hopefully one day discover the fabled Merfolk Kingdom in the underwater open world. Now let's explore the Woodlands area, which is found north of the town center. This area is composed largely of residences, but there are a couple of important locations that you will be visiting on a regular basis. First up is the Sanchez Brothers Blacksmith, owned by Rafael and Pablo, where they also live. This is where you will go to upgrade your farming tools, including your pickaxe, axe, scythe, hoe, and watering can. You can also purchase relevant resources, but again, I would suggest collecting these yourself and saving your money for other things. Notably, this is also where you will come to process geodes and unlock treasure coffers to find rare gems and artifacts. Just north from the blacksmiths, you can find Starlet Elementary School, where Randy teaches the 4 children of the island. Just outside of the school is Emma's taco truck. Neither of these locations seem to serve much of a purpose outside of the usual cutscenes and potentially hidden secrets, although this center contraption in the school was supposedly a feature planned for 1.0, so maybe a minigame of some sort, and I'm hoping one day we'll be able to buy tacos at the taco truck, but who knows. Residences found in the Woodlands include Emma and Dippa's cottage, the wildlife enthusiast house where Anne, Paul, Zoe, Mark, and Bonbon live, and the mayor's house. In this area, you will also find the Lake Temple, where you will visit fairly often to make offerings to the goddess. Just south of the lake is a big open area called Alun Alun Square that you actually aren't able to access on a regular day, but will be used when the town holds certain outdoor festivals. Next, let's move on to the hillside area of the map, sandwiched between the woodlands and the forest. First up, we can visit the Carpenters, the business and home of Joko and Dinda, where Surya and Archie also live. Here you can purchase some resources and furniture, including a calendar which connects with the town calendar so you can keep track of important events from the comfort of your own home. This is also where you will come to build, upgrade, edit, and customize farm buildings, including the coop, barn, stable, well, mill, silo, fish pond, insect house, and shed. You'll also be able to fix, upgrade, and customize the exterior of your farmhouse here. Just up the hill from the Carpenters is Hillside Brewery and Vineyard, which produces sake and wine. It is owned by Walter and Bree, where Luke and Taco also live. Further north up the hill, you can find the gorgeous observatory, where Waku lives and works, and where Cha-Em rents a room. Behind the observatory is the bathhouse, where Takeba lives, and this building acts as the entrance to the island's hot spring, which when you first move to the island will be completely dried up, but if you can restore it, then you will be rewarded with free stamina replenishment whenever you visit. Finally, let's explore the forest, which is most directly accessed via your farm's northern exit, but the western exit also connects to the forest via a loop. Directly north of your farm is the ranch, run by Jack and Kenny. From here you can purchase a variety of ranch animals, depending on your town rank and whether or not you have the appropriate farm building available for them. You can also buy supplies and tools that you will need to properly interact with and care for the animals. Heading west, there is a semi-secret location that will unlock as you progress mining called the BOS Hideout. This location offers a guild store selling a variety of items and equipment useful for your adventures in the caverns. This includes explosives, torches, equipable rings, weapons, and more. You can also find a job board here where cavern-related errands are posted for you to optionally complete. Right next to the hideout is the Huntress Cabin, where Kira, Jack, and Kenny live, and deeper into the forest, you will find the Forgotten Caverns, which will be where you'll go to mine ore, gems, fight monsters, and complete story-driven content. Just up the river from the cavern is Ben's Caravan. This is where Ben lives, but it also serves as a shop on the weekends, where he sells random items and rare findings. His stock and prices change every weekend, so be sure to check back on a regular basis. There are also quite a number of secret locations and shops found around the island, but I'm gonna let you guys discover those as you play. Even further, there's a ton of areas on the map that I haven't talked about today because they're going to unlock progressively as you heal the island. And again, I'd like to leave that for you to discover when you play the game. Not to mention, there's also the entire underwater map, so it's pretty safe to say you have your work cut out for you in terms of exploring the island. I would highly recommend when you first start playing to slow the in-game time down as much as you can to 50% and just spend your first days wandering around and figuring out where everything is. Get your footing. But there you have it, friends. That was a tour of the Coral Island map. I really hope you found this helpful. Please go ahead and give the video a like if you did. It really helps and I appreciate it so much. Also, please let me know down in the comments which of the locations you're most excited to visit if you've never played before, the one that you frequent the most if you're a seasoned early access player, anything and everything. You know I always love hearing from you. And with all that being said, thank you so much for watching. I love you all, and until next time, take care. And a very special thanks to Paul, Meredith, Ember, Formodus, Tansy, Becca, Anime Lover, Jack, Janes, Cisco, Phoebe, Janelle, Dragonfae, Cheese, Divine Raven, Blossom, Kayla, Wolf, Salem, Zeres, Lawrence, Fabiola, Sunshine, Kicknell, Alyssa, and Floras, my beautiful gemstone members. I love you all very much, and thank you so much for the extra support on the channel, which really helps to make everything I do possible and means the absolute world to me.